What up, players? Dang, look at that fire roaring. It's freezing outside. Actually, I think I'm just gonna sit right by this wood burner and warm up because it's cold upstairs. I wish we had the living space down here. Someday I'll get it to be the way I want it to be. I think it'll feel better once we get the house insulated, new windows and stuff. I feel like that's so far away and never gonna happen, but it's just gonna be a slow process, especially with my hand. Because I found out that, I think I started to say this yesterday actually, and I got off subject. I was talking about my mom's neighbor, new neighbor, mom and dad. My parents are still together. I'm one of those rare cases. But I was talking to him, and he was saying how the house wasn't insulated, and the attic was insulated a little bit. It's pretty much like my house. And he was like, yeah, I went to Lowe's, and when you buy the insulation, like the, not the rolls of insulation, but the blow-in stuff, they give you the machine to use, and then you return it. And so I think there's like no time limit on it. Oh man, this is so hot. It feels so good. It feels so great. It gets so hot. But anyways, yeah, that was good to know because I was thinking about just buying the rolls, which was gonna be, although I've never used the machine, because the rolls I can do in the attic, but it's gonna be a pain in the butt because I'm gonna need a lot of it. I didn't calculate how many, but my guess is probably 20 rolls or so. I mean, it's the entire attic for the entire house, and the house is probably 25 by 50 or something. I don't know. I'm just guessing. I have no idea. So I'd have to get all those rolls, and I'd probably have to take my trailer because all I have is the little Kia Soul. My trailer's bigger than my car. That's probably not true. It's probably about the same size though. But if I got that machine, I'd still need the trailer. I'm gonna have to look up how you do it because actually I don't even know how to do it. But all those rolls, I'd have to like load up the trailer, make sure they're tied down well so they don't blow away on my way home. Then I'm gonna have to carry them in and get them all up in the attic one by one. Because you know those attic doors, they just like pull down, the steps fold down. I don't know which one would be easier. Now I'm curious. I'm gonna have to figure that out. But anyways, I feel like that machine would be so much easier. Because I think you just load it up. It's like, at least the stuff that they used at our old house, it was, they had like a big machine. It was like a whole trailer. And they had this like trailer full of the insulation, and then have these hoses, and they like just blow it in. So when they were doing the attic, they had a special attachment to do the walls, but for the attic, it's just like a 3-inch hose or 4-inch hose, and they just blow it, and it just, you know. But it's like it's hard to describe. It's like I don't know if you've ever been in your attic and it's like the insulation's like white, not like the rolls of insulation with the paper on the back. Some of it has paper on the back, some of it doesn't. That's like fiberglass. But this stuff, it's almost like, I don't know how to describe it. It's like sort of if you've ever like ripped open a pillow, excuse me, if you've ever ripped open a pillow and like that cotton's in there, it's kind of like that. But the dude that was insulating our old house, he was saying it's like recycled newspaper, and it's like soaked in a flame retardant, and then it's like dried or whatever. So it's like recycled newspaper, or just not newspaper, but paper. Man, this fire is hot. I gotta move away a little bit. It's kind of what I miss about having the wood burner right there in the living space. You just like, you'd sit on the couch and you like feel the heat. You get nice and cozy. You put like a blanket on just to like block the extreme heat you're feeling, and you stay so warm. It's fantastic. But yeah, I'll have to figure that out. How did I get on that subject? It's so funny. I was talking about it being cold upstairs. It's 17 degrees out right now. At least that's what my app said. I'll have to check my thermometer when I go upstairs. But yeah, 2 days ago it was 35-ish during the day. And I was like, man, it's like a freaking heat wave. It was so much easier to keep the house warm. It's strange. In the spring and fall, it gets down at night like 50s, 40s, and it's not too bad. Like you start a fire in the morning or at night, and it just keeps the edge off, and it'll still be like high 60s upstairs. And then like once it gets below 40, it's like you gotta kind of keep the fire going all the time. But then like once it hits the teens, man, and the 20s, especially the teens and like single digits, I mean, it's just like you can't make the fire hot enough. It's just so cold. I think the biggest thing though, since the house isn't insulated, it's just all the walls just radiate cold, and the windows are bad, so they just radiate even more cold, and we're probably losing heat through, the windows. Probably losing all that heat down through the windows. Pittsburgh accent for you. I think our attic is sort of insulated. I think I showed you guys in that one vlog. It's not great, but I noticed I went outside before my injury, and we had gotten some fresh snow, and it was out. It was like it actually stuck to the ground, and was on everybody's roof. And I can always tell, like when you look at other like the neighbors' roofs, you'll see spots with snow and like spots that are melted. It's like, you're losing heat right there, man. And I went and looked at ours, and the snow was on the roof, except for around the chimney. And the chimney is right over here. Those bricks right there. I was showing you on the vlog yesterday how oh wait, no, I don't think I did show you that. I showed you the pillar over there, and then I showed you inside the closet where the radon pipe was, how we left it, and like the water meter right. I didn't want to get up. The water meter right there. So like that's the exterior brick, we left it exposed. But right here, I left the brick exposed too, and I put the light in there. It looks kind of crappy because I got all my stuff set up, but like I put a light in up there, and I got one of Kimmy's paintings. That's Minecraft lady sitting there. That's my stand-in. That was like part of the look we were going for down there, but that over there is the chimney. So the hot water tank, yeah, just the hot water tank vents into there. What's up, kiddo? You alright? Can't sleep? Making a video again. People commented on what you said yesterday in the video.
Please subscribe. subscribe. And if you like the video and leave a comment.
Thanks, kiddo. What you doing?
Can you help me find a pencil?
A pencil? It's bedtime. You're supposed to be in bed.
Yeah, but I lost something and I can't find it, so I want to make it again.
Oh. We should get going to bed pretty soon so you're not super tired when you get up for school.
I was sleeping, but then I realized I lost it.
Oh, so it's hard for you to sleep because you're thinking about it. Well, remember when we organized your playroom and we labeled everything? Have you been putting everything back? Yeah, I know you have. So do you remember where that stuff is? Remember we had a place for your markers and your crayons and pencils. Remember? That should be where your pencils are. You can probably find a pencil there. Does that help? All right. I'm gonna finish my video up, okay?
Okay.
I'm gonna go grab a pencil and you gotta get to bed. Gotta get to bed. Bedtime, kiddo. I love ya. Good night. Oh. Okay. Don't get. You're getting
Try to
distracted.
get us to 3,000 to 8,000 subscribers or more.
Thank you, honey.
You're welcome.
It's bedtime. She was getting distracted by the camera, I think. So anyways, yeah, the hot water tank vents into there. I think the furnace probably used to, but I found out it's code, at least here, you can only vent one thing into the chimney, because I was thinking about putting the wood burner right there, so it'd be in the center of the house. So I could just, and I would only have needed a little bit of chimney to vent. So I would have how it just goes straight up and then elbows outside. I would have only had to go up and then elbow into the chimney and then right out. But you can only vent one thing. It has to have, you can have a chimney with 2 separate liners inside, but mine only has one, so you can only vent one thing at a time. And so it was either put the wood burner over there or move the hot water tank or vent it a different way. And I was like, meh. But now I kind of wish I would have put the wood burner over there. I don't know. Anyways, I noticed when I looked at our roof, the snow was all there except for around the chimney. And I noticed a few years back, I think the first winter we were here, because I was curious, we didn't know the house wasn't insulated yet. I didn't find that out until I redid the electrical. But I was just starting to pay attention to all that stuff because it was our first year here or whatever. And, just getting to know the house, right? And I don't remember how I figured it out, but you can still see the chimney if you go into this closet, and it goes up through the center of the house, and up through the attic and then through the roof. But then when I was in the attic, it's the wall is or the walls are framed around the chimney on this floor and on the first floor. But when I was up there, I could feel the heat just pouring out around the chimney. And there wasn't much insulation around it either. I think the one side, actually, there wasn't even any insulation at all. There was a 2x2 spot that didn't have any insulation. So I got a can of that spray foam and just foamed the crap out of it. And I think I had some leftover insulation from another project or something, so I just put it all up there and stuffed it around. And I think it's good now, but still, air something. But I think what that means is the heat is leaking into the attic but then it's escaping around the chimney. I just don't know where the heat's leaking out. Definitely not through the attic door. I think I showed you the, like, when you pull down my attic door, you have to like lift another door up that I built. I built it out of 1x8s. And so it's like 8 or 10 inches thick, and I stuffed that full of insulation and put plywood on both sides and like a handle. So when you open the attic door and climb up the ladder, you have to like, it's like a trap door basically. So you like lift it up. It's like super heavy too. I did it out of 1x8s because I had them, and I figured that would be lighter than like 2x4s and all that stuff and whatever. But it's still heavy. But it's right, the door's right by the chimney too. So like you open it and it just leans against the chimney, and when I leave, you just right back down. Because that attic door doesn't shut very well, but that seals it up pretty good. So I'm guessing heat's just leaking into the attic because it's not insulated well. That's the only thing I can think of. So since I built the catwalk, I think I want to say they were 10 inches wide. I built the catwalk on 1x10s, I think. And they're like, it's rough cut lumber, so it's true 1 inch by 10. And when they insulated the attic at the old house, I built catwalks in the attic, and that's how they did it. But they like insulated underneath it, but then also around it, but it like kind of feathered up. So like if you're standing on the catwalk, it was like lower than the insulation. Like they put like, I want to say 18 inches, but I did the catwalks, actually did the catwalks on 2x4s, like from the store. So it was, 3.5 inches tall, not 4 inches, because it's not they're not true 2x4s. So I should be able to pile up a bunch up there. I mean, the more the better. So if they did 18 inches and I was only, I used 1/2 inch plywood, so it's probably sitting up 4 inches. So 4 minus 18, what is that? That's 12. 14, 15, 16, that's 14 inches, sorry, not 12. So it was probably up pretty high, it's probably right. So if I want 14 inches higher than what I have, it'd be 10, that'd be 20. I could do 24 inches. I guess I could really do as much as I want. I don't know. I have to, it's all new territory to me. I have to do some more research and all that, but I don't know. Man, music-wise, I didn't work on that joke song today. I was just making a bunch of short-form content. It's kind of strange because a few people have told me, actually just today, they told me, they're like, dude, I really love those little videos you've been making of like the songs you think about. And the One-Handed Musician, although the last few that I posted didn't get much traction, but then I kind of went back and watched them. I was like, these aren't as funny as the first few. But I made a bunch of those today too. Well, I shot a bunch of them. I got to edit them. It takes forever with one hand. But I can do so much more of that compared to like record music, because I can't play guitar or bass. And editing in my recording software, it just takes so long without being able to do the keyboard shortcuts. I'm such a keyboard shortcut junkie that, like, I don't know. If any of you guys are also super into keyboard shortcuts, you know that just makes using any program significantly faster. And, man. But you know what? It's kind of weird because it was kind of a break. It's kind of a nice little break, as much as I'd hate to say it, because, I got, like almost bled out, but it made me think, because going back to what I was saying, there were 2 people that said to me today, like, I really like that stuff you've been doing, and it's really cool that, like, the one dude was just like, it's really cool how you've just like stayed positive and pivoted your social media despite your injury, just to like keep things going. and it's pretty cool. I like it. So good job. It's like, thanks. But as much as I want to make music right now, I'm just like, these are also really fun to make because people are enjoying them, and it's building my accounts. They get more views than when I post like my music videos and stuff. So I'm like, have I been focusing on the wrong thing, or is this like something that will like help build my account? And when I start playing music again, I just like sprinkle in some of my songs and stuff, because it's like I can't put out, when I do this other content, I post like 3 to 5 times a day. So like I can't put out like 3 to 5 songs a day. I could do like little clips of like I had an idea of just doing like a bunch of little joke songs and stuff like that, which I might experiment with. But I think I'm starting to understand that, like, I always thought my channel was just like I needed to just like stick to covers, But I've been doing all this off the wall shit, I feel like. And it's like I'm finding a lot of stuff that works, and it's like, oh, this channel is just like, it seemed like random to me, but it's just like, well, this is just like who I am. It's like what I do. You know what I mean? Like I fix stuff, I build stuff. I like making jokes. I like making people laugh. And I like making music. So that's what my channel is. But then I think about it too, and it's like, there's channels I follow and they just like build, off-road things, or they just do science stuff or whatever. But then there's channels I follow, it's just like they just do tons of random stuff, it seems like. But it's all very interesting to me. It's just like experiments of like, I don't know, whatever. Like, shoot, actually, I haven't seen that dude in a while. I can picture him in my head. I can't remember his name. There's what's his name? Undecided with Matt Farrell. He kind of just like tries things and then just makes videos about it. What is that other guy? He kind of does the same thing. And some of the results are just like fascinating, because it's I don't know. Shoot, if I think about it, I'll say it, but I can't think about it. But anyways, I think that's kind of maybe what, along the lines of what my channel actually is. Because and then I'm also like doing these vlogs. But I like doing these, even though these don't get nearly as many views. It's really been helping the watch time. Which actually, I think I did say it. You need 4,000 hours of watch time on long form videos to get ad revenue within the last 365 days. And you have to like maintain that. And you can get ad revenue on your long form videos. You can get ad revenue on the YouTube Shorts if you have 10 million views, and they count a view as 3 seconds or longer. If you have 10 million views in the last 90 days, which seems like freaking impossible, you know what I mean? But like I said, it's like my accounts keep building up, and I am getting like more streams and stuff like that. Like, isn't that like, if I look at like, day to day, it doesn't seem like it's changing much. But like more listeners keep coming in, because if I zoom out, it shows you like a graph. It's going like this. You know what I mean? So I had a mark on my hand because I was making a video. I'll give you a sneak peek. I don't have his name yet. It's been decided that this is Ace. Thanks, Dope Noise. Yeah, I don't know. Because like writing songs and doing music videos is just something I do. So I'm just gonna keep doing all of it, to be honest. One thing though, my friend texted me. He texted me after he heard about my injury, and I'm gonna be honest, I kind of don't remember what we talked about. Because it was like right when I got home, so I probably still had anesthesia effects in my body, and I was on hospital meds and oxy that they prescribed for the pain. And man, it just like, I didn't realize how messed up I was. I had to like chill. But he texted me. So it's been like a week and a half, but he texted me today. And he was like, because we were getting together like once a week for a little while. It kind of got busy in December for the both of us. We both had like family things going on, of course, because it's the holidays. But we were getting together like once a week and writing together just to hang out and just write stuff. And we ended up writing 2 songs, and he was like, do you want to release this stuff? And I was like, yeah, we should just release it like under a different name. And he was like, well, I was just thinking like, you know, just release them under punkcovermoose. Like, you already have a following, so people will get, you know, it'll give the songs their best chance to be heard. And then, you know, like, he said he didn't, this is one of those things that I was talking about where like, I'm pretty sure I can trust him. I mean, we've been friends since high school, but, you know, his thing was just like, you know, if it blows up, like then we'll talk about like splitting revenue, but like, just, I'm not worried about it, because he knows you only get like a fraction of a penny per play, and it's, you know, it's insignificant to worry about trying to split like $3. You know what I mean? And I was like, I guess, but so we thought about just like, he made like a Facebook page. He came up with the name Happy Lies, which I thought was pretty cool. Because I was like, I think we should just release it separate. But he thinks I should release it under punkcovermoose. He's like, just make like an album, like it's like an album that you and I collabed on or whatever. Like, just, you know, be clear about that. Like, it's, you know, kind of how like I'm doing my original album. I do cover albums. I want to do the throwback album. He's like, I don't know how you would word it, but like, this is my album with me. And we'll just call the album Happy Lies. Okay. Or it's probably an EP. We only have 2 songs right now. Maybe I put this jack post in, but I'm kind of like leaning on it, or I got my legs propped up on it. I don't know if you heard that. It like cracked. And it's not, I don't know. I got like a big crescent wrench with like a pipe on it to turn because you put this jack post in and you turn this rod here because it's threaded. I don't know if that's coming through. And that puts the pressure so it like, you know, can lift up the beam. But there was already a cinder block column here, and I put the jack post in next to it, and I put tension on it, and then took the column out so we get a little bit more room. But I never, so like, I don't know. It's tight. I mean, like, it probably just expanded or something because that fire's kicking, so it probably just got warm. But I don't know if you're I don't think you're supposed to like bolt it to the beam, even though it has these holes. But then there's holes on the floor too, and I'm pretty sure you're supposed to like bolt it to the floor at least. I just haven't gotten to it, but it's so. I had so much leverage when I was tightening that it's like it's not going to move, but I also don't want to try and make it move. So kind of, that's what I was making that face for. But yeah, I don't know. Would you guys be interested in hearing that project? The reason why I was talking about it is because he was just like, why don't you release those songs? Because they were like done. We just didn't know what to do with them. I kind of forgot about them, to be honest. And I was listening to them, and they're pretty good. The one, I want to change the arrangement a little bit, and it needs some editing. He's not as used to recording as I am, so I don't think he hears the subtleties of like the things you need to do when you're playing to keep it cleaner, sounding cleaner, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know, when you're just playing with your band, playing live, playing in the garage or whatever, you don't hear those things as much if you're not paying attention, especially when you're just playing like punk rock shit. When you get into the studio, I mean, it's like so blatantly obvious in your face, you know, if a string is just like ringing because you're not muting it correctly, you know, and it's not a part of the chord, it makes it sound dissonant or something. Just things like that. So I'd like hear those things, and we were kind of just demoing really. So they're basically in the same situation as my album, and it just takes me so long to edit that like it would probably take me a week to get both of the songs. And right now I'm kind of like, as much as I want to get them out there, I'm also like, all this short form content that I'm making is really growing the account. I'd hate to like shift gears again and focus on something that might kind of make the channel lose momentum, if that makes sense. I don't know if that makes sense, because I don't want it to sound like I don't want to do music or put those out, because I do. But, you know, I was so focused on building these things up last month. I was in the positive. I wanted to try and keep building that up, and then I got freaking, you know, I got attacked by a glass. I don't know, man. I think I'm just gonna keep doing the plan. Basically, I think I started to say this and I got sidetracked as usual. I was talking to my wife and I was like, I think, you know, I got these two like series or whatever going on with the short form stuff. They seem to be doing the best, and occasionally, like once a day or whatever, every other day, I'll sprinkle in like one of my music videos or something, like a clip of it, you know, and it'll get some views or whatever, just to like, you know, hey, like, got 70 new followers this month. In case you didn't know, I also do covers and write originals, and I was in the middle of my album kind of thing. Like, I'm also a musician that actually releases stuff, you know, and or not, that sounded weird. I'm also a musician that has releases. I feel like that format is working, and I was telling Kimmy that, and I was like, I think I'll just keep doing that right now, and then when my hand heals, I'll be able to probably do both, like make the short form and work on the album. And it's like a nice way to like switch things up, because like today I did a couple of like, you know what song I was thinking about? Those take me a little more time to make, but then like the one-handed musician, like sometimes I start like a few today that I made, I got like really creative, so they took a little bit longer, but they kind of don't take that long, but they're fun, so it's easier to like do a bunch of those and like save a bunch in my drafts. So it's like, if my hand was healed right now, like today I made a bunch of the short form stuff, right? Like I did 3 or 4 of like, you know what song I'm thinking about, and then I did like 10 of the pros and cons, which once I get healed I'll have to do some sort of spin-off of it. But like, if I was healed I could do that. So now I have enough for like 2 or 3 days. So those 2 or 3 days, all I got to do is stop every so many hours for like 5 minutes, post, and then like post those, and they're already in my drafts. So it's just kind of going in there, pasting it, or posting it, pasting it, and then just go right back to recording, working on the record. It seems like a pretty good plan. So now I just need to keep doing the short form stuff, because it's really all I can do anyways. So I just keep doing that, find what works, and then once I'm healed, I can go right back into the music stuff and start sprinkling it in more, I guess. I don't know. I kind of feel bad because he also, my friend that I was telling you, we did 2 songs together. I think he wants to release them, but I'm so different in the way that I like to, because I'll write a song, and you guys know with me talking about my original albums, like some of these songs that I have that are going to be ready for this album are, some of them are over a decade old. Like I write a ton of stuff, and sometimes I just sit on it forever, not because like I don't want to post it. It's because like I'm just not completely feeling it. I want to be 100% excited about releasing it. You know what I mean? And the one song we have, I'm like 98% there. The other one I was like 80% there. But then I listened to it today for the first time, because I kept telling him like it needs something, but I don't know what it is. He's like, it's fine, let's just post it. And I listened to it today, and I thought of it. I was like, oh, that's it. That's it. So I like doing that because, I mean, people like my music, and that's how I do it. So I feel like it's a good format. Like that's what works for me, right? And he's always just been kind of the dude that's just like doesn't want to like, or just like make something and like a song and just put it out there, which is totally fine if that's what you want to do too. But I think when you take the time to like listen to music and get ideas and to think of new things to like push yourself more, to like, you know, be a just to like master your craft, you know what I mean? I see everything as like an art, if that makes sense. And it's like if you're a contractor, right, and you remodeled this basement, it's like I showed it to you yesterday. Like I'm like, yeah, I'm pretty stoked on this. Like this basement looks pretty freaking awesome, but it's still not finished. And I showed you guys I showed you yesterday. I showed you in the vlog yesterday, like the things that's not done, like the trim on this door and the floor, right? So it's like if you were a contractor that was just like, it's like 90% good, I wouldn't want to hire you. Some people might, because they're looking for a better price or something, right? I don't know, whatever it is. I like to do the best that I can. And I feel like I found a pretty good balance to where, you know, I don't think any art project is ever finished. It's just abandoned, right? But I don't like to beat a dead horse, but I think I found that balance of like, I don't get to the point of beating a dead horse, but also just like doing, I know that I'm giving it my stamp of approval because I know it's the absolute best I can do at this moment in time. You know what I mean? So when I have a song that I'm just like, man, it needs something and I don't know what it is, it's just not, it just doesn't have my stamp of approval yet, because I know I can do something that'll make it the best that it can be. I guess not necessarily the best that I can do at that time, but the best that that piece could be. You know what I mean? I'm probably like going way out there at this point. Like, I don't know. It makes sense to me. So, but I feel kind of bad because I think he wants to like release it, and it's like I'm almost like being like a gatekeeper. You know what I mean? But that's not my intention. He probably doesn't think that. I think it just really shows when you put hard work into something, and a lot of people appreciate it. You know what I mean? Even if you do it DIY. It's like some of my most viewed music videos I put so much effort into. It's like insane. But they're also like the most viewed. My friend helped me with my video of the Joker where I did it in that abandoned pool. Not abandoned, but it was like, you know, it leaked out a bunch of the water and stuff. It was like a perfect location. It was free. I had to buy that giant rubber duck. Rest in peace, Kmart. My friend helped me, but he's like really good at what he does. And I cut his grass for like years to get, and he would help me do a music video like once or twice a year, but they were always really good. And I could do more things because I had a dude that knew what he was doing. So I could just be like, hey, I have this idea. And he's like, say no more. Do this, this, and that. And find this location, this type of location. And we would just like make shit happen. You know what I mean? That's like one of my most viewed videos. I think my most viewed video was Come and Get Your Love. Which, the only reason I did that in the bathroom, because I thought it would be funny if the drummer was using the toilet as a drum throne. So then I just incorporated other things you do in the bathroom, like shave and shower. Which I was so bummed about the shower because I did, I think, 2 takes of the vocal in the shower while the shower was running. But in the video, you can't even tell that the shower's on. If you look real close right by the shower head, you can see the water coming down. But I got soaked and made such a mess in the bathroom, and you can't even tell because I had to keep getting in and out of the shower, and I was soaking wet. And I was trying not to ruin any of my electronic equipment, you know, my cameras and shit. Not cameras, camera. I filmed it with a GoPro. Point being, I put a lot of work into it, and it's my most viewed video. So, yeah, I think it's the same with songs. I think it's the same with when you're doing a remodel on your house or whatever. Making anything. I don't know. It's just cool to do the best you can, I think. A lot of people don't do that anymore either, I feel like, you know? Like when I was cutting grass, all my customers, first of all, when I closed the business, all my customers, I think except for one, and I had like 20 some customers, they were all because the last guy stopped showing up. So all I had to even do was just show up and do the work. But they would always compliment me on how I would just take the time to do a good job. And what was ironic to me was like, all I did was I just did it the way I wanted to do it. Or not the way I wanted to. I would just did it the way I would want it done. You know what I mean? Like, I don't like fertilize my grass or anything, but I take pride in just like making my yard look nice. Cause like we spent a lot of time not going out and saving money and working overtime to save money to buy a house, and we have a nice house, and we have a nice yard, and I like to make it look nice. You know what I mean? Like, I don't like leaving shit out in the yard. I like to trim it so it looks nice. Like, the people we bought it off of, like, they did pavers up to the front door, and it like fans out into it's like a little parking area, and it looks super nice. Why would you let the grass overgrow that? You know what I mean? You know, sometimes that's what happens because you know, you don't have the equipment, or you know, you're in a bad financial spot, or you're physically not capable because of an injury or of old age or whatever, you know. But that's when it's like most of my customers were either older and they couldn't do it, or they were my age and they were working so much they just didn't have the time, but they had the money to pay me to do it. And they appreciated that it was just like, this was their place and I'm taking care of it the way that they would. So it was just like they felt like they were getting their money's worth, you know what I mean? Especially the older people. They were just like always so like, this is beautiful, this is great. The last guy, he didn't even do the edging. He said if I wanted to get it trimmed, he'd have to charge me extra. And I'm like, that's dumb. And me, I'm just loving just riding around on a mower, just like having the time of my life, just like making mower lines. I should have never stopped doing that. Maybe someday I can get a truck again, and I don't want to get sidetracked. If I make enough money doing this to like get a truck, doing side jobs and stuff, I probably will do that so I can have like a steady side job income or something, because I shouldn't have stopped doing that. It was fantastic. My stuff just started blowing up and I was making enough fairly quickly. I was just like, I finished out the summer. I was like, I'm done. I'm good. It can't get any worse from here. But anyways, you take pride in doing something and getting better, mastering your craft. It just shows. People appreciate it. You know what I mean? I used to suck. I was in bands, like, we didn't even know how to tune our guitars. You know? You play in a band and it's like, you have one other person that can sing with you to do harmonies, like learning how to sing harmonies. Getting out of your comfort zone, it just goes so far. The amount of bands that I've played in and played with that like no one else sang and was afraid to like learn how to sing harmony, it's like, why? But then you go out and it's like, next time you're at a bar or anything like that and there's like a band playing, like just listen. I would almost guarantee it, 9 times out of 10 they have at least 2 people that sing in the band because someone else is doing backing vocals. It takes the band to such a much higher level that most people don't even go to. It just makes you seem like you're freaking amazing. So if you guys can play on beat, you can tune your guitars, and you have someone else that can do backing vocals, you guys are gonna sound like the shit. Most likely. There's such a good chance. You know what I mean? Nuts. I don't know. I feel like I'm just blabbing now at this point. I think that's the plan, though. I'm just gonna keep doing the short form stuff until I heal up. And honestly, I'm feeling so good. I was playing video games with the kid. We were just playing Mario Kart, so it wasn't, I needed another finger on this side to drift. I'm a champ at Mario Kart, by the way. So when I heal up, if you play online, we should play. Although I don't get a chance to play very much. And Wii Bowling. I only know one person that can beat me at Wii Bowling. And that's because I missed a pin, and he got a 300. I got a 299. Yeah. Oh, I could probably do Wii bowling. You really only need one hand with that. All the Wii sports. I haven't played my Wii in a long time. But anyways, yeah, we were playing Mario Kart, so I was able to do it for the most part. We were just goofing around and having fun. So, what was I saying though? We were doing that. Oh, I'm feeling pretty hopeful about everything because like I feel like it doesn't show up on camera very well, but like yeah, see how much that's my index finger. I showed this yesterday, but it feels even better today. Now like this is at rest, and that's probably about going from here to here, probably about an inch worth of movement. I feel a bit of tension at the bottom of that. And to be honest, I don't think it's because I'm fighting against the bandage. But I feel the tension on my middle finger. I can only get about a ½ inch. And I feel that tension here a lot more. And it's a little painful, so I don't want to push it, obviously. And then I feel it up here. And then the ring finger can move a little bit less, more pain, pinky. I can at least move it now. But I have, it used to hurt to even use my thumb to like grab something. Like it used to hurt me to like do that. Like I couldn't do that a week and a half ago. But I can now. When I was, shoveling snow or brushing off the car or something like that, like I had to use just my left hand. Like a shovel, you usually use two hands. So I would kind of like, I don't have a snow shovel, I just use a broom. So I'd put like the handle into my palm and kind of like push, and then I would have to like hold it up with this hand and then like turn my hand this way so I can grab the shovel or the broom and kind of like shake it off or whatever. So I'm pretty hopeful, and I feel like it's going to heal pretty quickly. I got really nervous because the surgeon said 3 to 6 months, and I'm like, oh man, worst case scenario, 6 months. Like we're talking like close to July, not doing anything. You know what I mean? That I might not be able to play guitar. And now I'm thinking like, man, 3 months, that's not too bad. That's March, But like it's been a week and a half. I could already move this much. I bet you if I took this bandage off, I'm not going to, but I could probably move them a lot more. But since there's still that pain, I'm like, I got it. It's still healing. You know what I mean? I severed 3 tendons. So I want to let them heal and heal right, but I'm feeling really hopeful. Because I'm like, if I feel this good after a week and a half, when I go to my follow-up, which was pretty much 3.5 weeks after the surgery, I'll probably be feeling like $1 million, you know what I mean? With this hand. I don't see why I wouldn't be able to hold a guitar pick. I mean, I almost feel like I could do it now. But this thing is just in the freaking way. I almost want to try again, see if I can't do it a different way. Because it used to hurt to go like this. And it doesn't hurt anymore. So I'm just kind of brushing against my leg to see if it hurts to like, put any load on my arm. It doesn't. So I was telling Kimmy too, I was like, I wonder if when I do my follow-up, if we can get a different splint or something where it's just holding my, it'd be like this, but just for my pinky and ring finger. Because that would be a game changer too, I think. I mean, this will still be in the way. It'd probably be hard to mute. But it's something, you know what I mean? I don't know. Anyways, man, I've been blabbing on for almost an hour, so I'm tired. I'm going to go to bed, but thanks for the support, guys. Thanks for everything. Thanks for being there for me. I appreciate it. It's awesome. I'm so glad I decided to do all this again and just I don't know. I feel like all you guys are like my friends. You know what I mean? I mean, most of you, maybe, I don't know. A good handful of you I know that watch the vlog every day. Or almost every day or whatever. I know stuff goes on or whatever. But, you know, I don't know. I just feel like we're all just like friends, you know? It'd be cool if like all of us could like hang out in the same room and whatever, you know? Yeah, it's just, it's cool. Someone actually said that to me today too. They're just like, man, it's so cool that you take the time to like connect with us. And I'm like, dog, I'm a person just like you are. Like, you know what I mean? Like, everybody goes through these like struggles and stuff like that. Like I'm no one special, man. You know? But people say that to me all the time. Someone, he was going through, he found my channel, and it's like once a month or so. It's happened since I started the channel, even like when I wasn't active and stuff. Like, someone would find my channel and they'd like watch a handful of videos and comment on everyone, just like, dude, this is awesome. Like, you're so awesome, and this, that, and the other, you know? And just like every day they're like going back and like watching the same videos, or just like going through my channel and watching the other videos that they didn't watch. I'm like, dude, this is awesome. This is awesome. Like, you know, I'm always replying for the most part. And there's like, someone said it to me the other day, because I was just like, he said one of my videos was awesome. I was like, thanks for checking it out, man. I appreciate that. And he's just like, dude, I'm just excited a YouTuber replies to me. And I'm like, I'm not a YouTuber, man. I'm just like, look at me. I'm a freaking, like, I got a green plaid button up and these shorts, these gray camo shorts, and a white t-shirt and dad slippers with long socks. I'm not clashing, you're clashing. Like, you know, I don't know. It's maybe, I don't know. Maybe you guys see something I don't see. I see myself as a regular dude, you know? And I'm just trying to, I feel like we're all just trying to do what we gotta do to like survive and get through life and just be as happy as possible with the people we're the happiest with, you know? So, but yeah, I don't know. Anyways, I appreciate all you guys. So thanks for the support. Thanks for being my friend. It's just cool. So that's all I got. I will see you guys tomorrow.